In Gaza, Israeli troops stormed one of the last hospitals operating in the northernmost part of the Strip, reportedly forcing staff and patients out of the facility and igniting fires. The Kamal Adwan hospital has been hit multiple times by Israel over the past months, including a strike yesterday that killed 5 medical staff, this according to Gaza's health ministry. Israeli military says that it was conducting operations against Hamas infrastructure and fighters in the area, claiming that fighters were operating inside the hospital. Israel has provided no evidence, while hospital officials have denied the accusations. Now, for more, let's go to our correspondent in Jerusalem, Noga Tarnopolsky. Noga, first, tell us more about this Israeli raid on the Gaza hospital. What more do we know?
Hi, Kativan. Thank you. Well, the statement I just received from the Israeli army actually denies any raid on the Kamal Adwan hospital. It says that they were operating in the vicinity of the hospital, but not in the hospital. And it says that an unused or an empty small building within the grounds of the hospital apparently caught on fire. The Palestinian reports, the Hamas reports, in fact, are also a little confusing. Some say, as you just said, that the Israeli army came and evacuated close to 400 people from the last remaining hospital in northern Gaza, and others say that it was just that Israeli army soldiers themselves set fire intentionally to the structures. When I asked the army specifically about this claim, they refused to answer. They just said that Israeli gunfire was not involved in any way with the fire. So we're left once again, unfortunately, in reporting on this absolutely terrible situation, we're left with more questions than real answers at this point.
Now, earlier, we heard from the White House National Security Council spokesperson, John Kirby, who was asked about the ceasefire talks between Hamas and Israel. And he once again said that Hamas was responsible for the lack of progress. How are Israelis reacting to these stalled talks? Are they putting some of the blame on their own government or just on Hamas?
Well, that's a great question because I think Israelis have no illusions about what Hamas is or how Hamas behaves. And Hamas, in fact, we've been hearing here that they have taken a step back from their promise to share with Israel a list of the hostages, living hostages, that it would plan to release in any such ceasefire deal. However, Israelis expected more of their own government. And so the people who you see most skeptical in the face of this White House statement blaming only Hamas are actually Israelis who again protested against their own government today, both the opposition in parliament and Israelis on the streets. Tomorrow night, we're again expecting mass protests, thousands of people who accuse their own government of choosing its own political survival over the survival of these civilian hostages who were taken in a terrorist action. It's really a remarkable difference when you see the tone that Israelis are using versus the tone emitted tonight by the White House.
Thank you very much, Noga. Noga Tarnopolsky reporting there from Jerusalem.